Hi folks, hello. Hello, word of advice. It's difficult to write a story from the point of view of something that's not human, or a story without humans. Something blocks you. I don't know what the right term is, but like if you have a story all about lizard men, I would have a very difficult time writing that. I don't know why. Sometimes I think I identify more with lizard men than with people. Garby, I spoke up first. We had to save the bombs. Save your effort with the bombs. Your effort with the bombs. Grabby. Telga, Grabby replied. Gotta know Telga again. Telga. I should use that as a different version of Helga. Wish I could play my Final Fantasy music while I'm writing this. But that would be a copyright strike. I listen to any music that gets me going mentally. Sometimes I'll come up with all this great stuff when I'm on the treadmill listening to the radio, and other times not, because the radio selection, they should be ashamed to play bad songs on the radio. Just play the good songs. Does anyone really like that song, Lucille, from the 1950s? I don't. Let's see. At the bombs. We need the gas to complete this. We needed that gas. Gas to succeed tonight. If you say so. Well. Proceed with the attack. Proceed with the attack then. Oh, replied. No point in chewing anybody out. What was done was done. Captain Lopez Rapier spoke up next. Sir, we located the Golem storage unit facility. Has noted. Only a block from here. ETA only 10 minutes to get there. At most. Shame we couldn't sabotage it. Sabotage those suits. Take out the pilots, or replace them, before this op started. One replied, Arlen had a feeling it would be at the brief, Arlen had the feeling, the golems. Let's see, did I mention the golems at the brief? The feeling the golems at the brief would be the big problem. The golems at the brief would be spoil things. You can consider a prison riot, messing things so up, bring more guards to the docks, and so on. And some prison riot, if that was what was going on. Is that shooting at the prison? Arlen asked Lopez. Yes, sir, Lopez replied. Something's going on over there. Unfortunately, we're in no position. We are in. You gotta put in there. No position to help. I think we got. Arlen thought. I think we have enough problems, things on our plate as is. move in, spread out, and make liberal use of explosives. Alan wore his loots. Men were already pushing in from the perimeter, with lots of shooting on the ground, among the crates, and from the shadows. Not that the shadows are there long, thanks to all the muzzle flashes illuminating everybody. Arlen got to the cover of some little shed with some windows, long, oddly large windows. From one of the windows, he aimed at some jade, at some high ground, some platform on the docks with a railing. There were 3 guys there. Jade, riflemen, all firing in short bursts. Alan fired short bursts as well with his BAR. He might have an easier time with the longer barrel standard BAR. It was always something. Seemed like it was always something. It was always something. Something. I have Ireland brought some shorter range weapon for close quarters. He'd end up having to use it at inappropriate. Ireland has the same thing as me. Seems for whatever I plan for, the opposite ends up happening. And so I guess that's what goes to show you have to adapt, right? Ireland's first few bursts miss. Then one of the riflemen turned towards in his direction. But for some reason, failed to see him. 2 shots. Yeah, I got this action scene and some... No, I probably won't get the action scene in the other session. It'll probably be introductions for 30 minutes. But that's okay, because it's going to be non-stop action after that point, pretty much. 2 shots. 3rd burst caught the guy. Rifleman square in the chest, and he flew backwards, away from view. Likely killed. His body armor, though it looked thick. Onion armor type. Standard onion armor type. No, look thick. The bullets probably, no doubt, punched all the way through. Probably coming out the back. The 4th volley, he took the next jade about the neck, right side of his neck, causing his head to jerk violently to the left. Do I have any characters named Kirk? Only to the left. He tumbled forward to his knees. His blood sprang out both sides. His neck. I'll imagine. How far off is he? 10 meters? Imagine if he was closer, he would have seen the man. Let's see, platform. About 10 meter off. Figures one time I should have known the distance and I forgot it. Let's see. You would have seen the man go down. at his expression. Ireland wondered if it was... Ireland wondered if it was blank or more animated. The man did seem to react as though he was killed on the spot by the burst. That left number 3. The fellow emptied his mag by then. One mag in the time it took his 2 comrades to die. He seemed oblivious to their deaths as he got down on one knee, reloaded his rifle, and then stood back upright. I should note they were all standing upright. He took a burst. He couldn't ignore the burst. Oh, the 3-round burst that caught him across the chest, spinning him around. He tumbled vigorously to the floor, managing to fire his rifle into the night air. I'll notice that both D and Sinclair, the gorilla from earlier. Yeah, don't forget about me, right? Don't forget about the character you just frickin' introduced. Notice that D and Sinclair were both shooting in proximity to him, but not in the shed. I figured the shed was too tiny for anybody but Ireland. I look to see D. Sinclair. Is Sinclair a rifleman? Rifleman, M1, and Sinclair both using crates for cover, firing off distant targets on a similar platform to the one Plato formed, the one Ireland just cleared. Plato form. That'd be a cool alt name for platform. Reference to Plato. Maybe some alt history where Plato, instead of having to drink poison, he accidentally fell off a platform and died. And so to honor him, they renamed platform to Plato form. That's just asinine. That's cleared. D was using the standard no thrills E1B. Is that the way you say it? E1. You know, when you've come up with fictional stuff, you got no one else to blame if you don't get it consistent. So that's one of the negatives about writing alt history, alt universe, all that stuff. Someone who knows something about World War II, if you're writing just a flat-out World War II book, yeah, they would be able to correct any mistakes you made. Maybe add some good details, you know, here and there, to make it sound more authentic and well-researched. Yeah. And Sinclair had an M1 rifle. Sinclair apparently nailed one of the distant targets about 15 meters off, right through the heart. And then some other Jade came up, taking his place, and he got hit by both D and Sinclair. Knocked off his feet before he could so much as raise his rifle. Damn, I missed writing action scenes all this time. Sinclair, as he reloaded, looked to Ireland. Hope you don't mind my presence, sir, Sinclair said in a friendly way. I figured when the shooting started, it would be smart to stay with you. The man known, the famous warrior, the man who has seen it all. The man who has seen it all. Everyone thought that was a new nickname. As far as that was a new nickname for him. He had impossible. He had about 1,000 of them. Yeah, about 1,000 of them. He didn't become famous or infamous. He was infamous before he was exposed as an Allied agent in the last war, and became famous afterwards. Common soldiers didn't know about him until around D-Day. Till D-Day, when he was fighting alongside the grunts. That's when he got about 900 of the 1,000 nicknames. One nickname he didn't care for, or was one particularly embarrassing nickname, was the lover of the gods, of the goddess. So Dami liked it. The monster soldier was another unpleasant nickname. Not that many people knew about Everyone got that nickname from Mike Peterson, of all people. A man who was probably his closest friend. In the 2 world wars. I don't know if I've seen it all, Arlen muttered. Sometimes Arlen felt like he had only seen the tip of the iceberg, really. Dami kept hinting that unbelievable things were ahead. And Arlen wondered if his little mind would be able to handle it. Don't sell yourself short, Arlen. You look like a reptile, but you really aren't a reptile. You're not cold-blooded, and you don't have a reptile's brain either. But besides that, reptile brain that all humans have deep down inside, I guess. I think that only comes out during our worst times, you know? Like when we're fighting to survive and whatnot. Let's see, there were enough of the poison gas. Poison gas had drifted away from the vicinity of the warehouse to reveal hundreds of dead jade sprawled out. Many had died clawing at their faces, which was a unique symptom of ditcha gas. There were few civilians among them, but there were a few civilian casualties. There were a few civilian laying among them. Arlen couldn't pretend only Jade had been cut down. That's something annoying from movies and films. They never say civilians killed It's always just the enemy soldiers that are killed, even though civilians are often cut up and killed in wars. I remember one episode of Combat, an old TV show, where a French soldier, a French militia, was angry with the Allies because his wife recently was killed by a bomb, and they asked if it was an American bomb they did, and he said, "Nope, it was a German bomb." And well, that was a relief, but it's kind of nice that they acknowledge at least that the Allies' bombs killed a lot of French civilians at times. I mean, what did they say? Like, Allied bombs killed like 14,000 civilians on D-Day, French civilians, and I think they were responsible for thousands more from the conquest of France and so on. But everything you hear from me, take with a grain of salt, because it's been a while since I read that book about D-Day, and it was a fine book too. Let's see. Well, folks, this is fun and all, but I better cut this session short. Well, not short, it's running long. Have a nice day. Happy Hump Day. Too bad I had the chicken tacos yesterday. They would have been good today to get through Hump Day. And I'll get a Little Caesars pizza later. That thin crust is dope. Have a nice day. I'm down with the kids, yo.